Controversial social media personality remains behind bars for now. The judge in Chud the Builder's case is keeping his $1 million bond in place. Chud, whose real name is Dalton Etherly, is charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and employing a firearm during a dangerous felony. He was arrested last week for a shooting outside the Montgomery County Courthouse, while the victim is recovering. Today, a judge locked in a more than $1 billion bond he'd previously set. But before court wrapped up, the judge said someone online offered to pay his bond. Those details are still being worked out this afternoon. And at one point during today's hearing, a man was asked to leave for reacting to video playing in the courtroom. While he was being escorted out, he made a comment about a, quote, two-tiered justice system. That's when the judge ordered him to be taken into custody.
And this situation with Chud the Builder is just getting crazy and crazy and crazier by the moment. You have all kinds of lawyers coming out now. You have W supremacist lawyers that's in full support of Chud. You also have lawyers that's coming straight down the middle that don't support W supremacy. And they're looking at this thing, and they just telling you the truth, right? So you have lawyers coming out doing this.
Chud, or Dalton, as he's otherwise known, has been doxxed and has gotten death threats. Supposedly someone killed his dog, hurting people. Period. Hard stop. End of story. See, and then you're shocked when you got some unstable dude who's got PTSD from the war, and he decides to take a poke at you, and instead of you poking him back or trying to de-escalate the situation, you shoot him. My guess is his claims to self-defense are not going to hold up. But so when you get a case of self-defense, here's what has to happen. There has to be some evidence of self-defense. You can't provoke it. And so if the judge winds up giving the instruction of self-defense, then it becomes up to the prosecutor to prove that you did not act in self-defense. What? Yes, that is the law. So when it comes time, so it's almost like they have to disprove one of the elements of self-defense. So it's almost that it's presumed that you acted in self-defense, and the state has to prove that you didn't beyond a reasonable doubt. So I am so glad that I don't know this guy. I can't tell you how glad I am that I don't have any friends like this. I don't have anybody in my life like this. So let's take a little bit of a look at his content. Oh, by the way, he shot himself. Oh, nice job.
You want some shrooms or something? What do you want?
I told you I'm on your mind.
You're a bitch. Literally, all you do is talk about.
I'm sorry.
Come back over here.
Okay. Let's not.
Come back over here.
Let's not fight. I am.
Touch me again. Touch me again.
I don't want to get pepper sprayed. I really don't.
Go pick up my hat. You heard me.
All right. That ain't okay. That's assault right there. That is 100% assault. He's provoking this.
Touch me again. That's what I thought. Thank you. Don't pray you. Put his hands on me again. Go home with you. Let's go get his ass.
Let's go get his ass. I mean, who is this guy?
You're picking up my hat. Look at this. Get her. Get that dude.
This in World War II? I mean, didn't we try to...
So Jake Lane, the guy we saw that get put in the handcuffs by the judge because he went into the courtroom causing trouble, he posted, "I went to show support at Chud the Builder's $1.2 million bond hand and was arrested and thrown." Basically, he was saying that he could do 10 days in solitary confinement by the judge. Here's how it happened. I was sitting next to Chud's wonderful and soft-spoken fiance when she whispered, "I love you" to Chud and was kicked out. And was kicked out of the courtroom. Moments later, I was nodding my head in agreement to a video of Chud during an interview when the bailiff demanded that I leave the courtroom. I stood up and calmly exited and said in a normal speaking tone, "This is two-tiered justice. I am now inside a Montgomery County jail starving for 2 days because they're refusing to give me a kosher diet." Right, man? These people are crazy, man. These people are crazy. I was also told by Sergeant Haley today that my request for a kosher diet was denied, and that he would be put on suicide watch if I refused to eat, which is basically naked torture in a cell alone for 10 days. He probably would like that. They also are saying you're going to move me in with a roommate in solitary tonight. but would not give me any other details on who they would be putting me with. I showed up to Chud's hearing because I know what it's like to turn around in the courtroom where your life is on the line and see nobody but your mother and father. I wanted to make sure Chud did not go through. Man, this thing, this stuff is crazy, man. This stuff is real crazy. Because he was over here talking about a kosher diet. Hold on. So he basically said, wait a minute, to make sure he doesn't go through the same pain I had for 4 years and 6 days as a January 6th political prisoner. I stood up and said something because that's what righteous men do. All it takes for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing. Man, this guy is a freaking joke, man. This guy is a freaking joke. Now, with all the stuff that's being said online and everybody taking sides, Umar Johnson, I was waiting for him to speak on this. Now, Umar Johnson, he also came out and he said this.
You heard about this one guy? His name is Chud the Builder, and he's going around antagonizing black people, calling them N-words, and you heard about this?
I've seen the clips of Chud the Builder. Most recently, Art, if I understand and if my memory is serving me correctly, he is being held after shooting someone multiple times outside of a courthouse. The man he shot was a disabled black veteran, shot him multiple times. The brother survived outside a courthouse. So they got the video surveillance, and he's being held on $1.25 million bail. $1.25 million bail. Attempted homicide is the charge. He does have an attorney. And to my knowledge, the public defender, Art, didn't want to defend him. The public defender didn't want to defend him, and so he had to go and find someone. I'm going to tell you what I think, Art. I think this is an FBI psych ops. I think this is an experiment by the U.S. government to see how black people will react to overtly violent white racists patrolling our communities. I think this is part of a larger experiment and social agenda that is preparing for a possible martial law or social unrest or civil war to come. Black people need to follow this Chud the Builder case. I'm wondering, Art, if he is a veteran. Do you know if he's a veteran or not? Because most of these crazies, quote unquote crazies, tend to be ex-military cutouts. Do you know if that's the case with him?
Nah, from what I know, he never been in the military.
Okay. Even if he's not, that don't mean he's not an MK Ultra though. Most of the MK Ultra CIA psych op test dummies are ex-military cutouts, but they don't have to be. But I'm having a hard time believing he's just doing this unless he's mentally ill.
So what's y'all opinion? Is Chud just a distraction that they sent to distract us from everything that's going on, right? Is Chud a distraction to distract us from the 2030 agenda or the Epstein files or all the stuff that Trump is going on with? Where y'all think? Where does Chud come from, and why do you think that he's able to do this, right? Right. So again, they said that America wasn't a racist country, but you have a whole bunch of people coming out the woodworks defending them. But the problem that they are having is a lot of their children, these W supremacists, their children are not supporting this. The children are online with black kids and Spanish kids and the people, the younger generation today are more together than my generation ever been because of social media, hip hop, and all this kind of stuff. So they know W supremacy can't work. H.G. Wells wrote about this almost 100 years ago. They know it was coming to an end. So that's why they're pushing the 2030 agenda. And what's going on right now is a necessary evil to expose all of these people that went underground. They so stupid. Once you gave them just a little bit of hope, they all just came out and blew their cover, right? So, I mean, it's pretty much over for them. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till next time. Peace.